The name of the hour is Kirk Cousins. Maybe Deshaun Watson in his promo video that he put out rehabbing at the Cleveland Browns facility. Maybe it was Russell
This is a
Wilson.
bad hour. Keep going.
Russell Wilson, probably not going to be with the Browns. Aaron Rodgers, where is he going to go? But I think the Browns fans, hopefully the Browns leadership is focused on Kirk Cousins as an option. Drew, let's go to you first here. Is Kirk Cousins an option? What would you give up to get Kirk Cousins in the building?
Is he an option is the big sort of question that I want to start with, right? I don't even know if the Falcons can trade him at this point. There's supposedly, I guess all things are possible. If there's a will, there's a way. But Kirk Cousins does have a no trade clause. Um, and he also has about a $50 million dead cap hit if he was cut with a post June 1st designation. Now, I don't think you can trade somebody with a post June 1st designation. So I suspect the Falcons will probably have to wait until then to actually trade him. If that happens, can you work out a deal where maybe you can make the money work? Maybe. Kirk has a $27.5 million guarantee this year, 10 million roster bonus in 2026. The Falcons would have to eat the vast majority of that. The big question is like, what would you sort of give up to make this work? I know what I would want to do, which would be to trade Deshaun Watson, talk about an untradeable contract. But knowing that the salary cap hit is as large as it might be, the question is, what do you give up? You're looking at because this has to happen in June or later, you're looking at the 2026 draft, which that becomes a little more appealing in terms of an asset that you would give up. But this is also a quarterback who, in the last 5 games he played, the team went 1-4. He threw 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions in those 5 games, and didn't look like all that good of a player. Now he says he was injured. The team disagrees. You don't necessarily want to read into that small sample size, but he wasn't all that great with Atlanta. So I would say if you're giving up anything for this type of a player, you would be thinking about some sort of late round pick or maybe some type of swap where you give up a third and get back a fourth, something like that. That's probably the extent of it. Would I be willing to do something like that? Probably. He's probably their best option in terms of somebody that you can realistically count on this year. If they were to go this route, it would mean that they did not draft Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. Those are the only two rookies, I believe anyway, the only two rookies that you could play their rookie year and expect any sort of meaningful production. Everyone else, I don't think they have the experience. I don't think they have shown enough to jump right in day one as a starter. So I would be. It is appealing to bring him in for the right price. I just you'd have to get the salary cap gurus and the Excel whiz kids into the building to try to make that work. And speaking of Excel whiz kids, I think the next person's going to have some thoughts on this trade. So I'll hear what he has to say too.
A player who underperformed due to injury and then went on to have some great results with another team. It rings a bell. Was there someone else who did that? Eric, Drew said it. Whenever there's a will, there's a way. Does this have to get done before the draft for the Browns to make this move on Kirk Cousins?
Well, first I will say I am not currently in the Accounting Hall of Fame, but if anybody wants to give me an opportunity in the Max M. Fisher Accounting Hall of Fame at the Ohio State University, I'm all here. That being said, Yeah, I mean, it would kind of give the Browns kind of a open window of what they are planning on doing at the quarterback position, at least in 2025. To Drew's point, we discussed the 27.5 base, the $10 million, 26 and 27 guaranteed, largely uncuttable contract. It's going to have to kind of be like a Russell Wilson situation where Atlanta would be footing the bill. So I don't see, and he's an expensive backup, but I think he'd be an okay backup, which is kind of what the Browns would want. So I don't really see a reason why the Falcons would want to do this move. Again, maybe they could get Russell away a third round pick. So, but yeah, from the Browns' perspective, yeah, if you want to do this move, you would probably do it before the draft. Otherwise, you're going to have to get a Joe Flacco, which I'm fine with, Carson Wentz, which I'm not fine with, or somebody of that ilk. So I can see it having done prior to, but I don't know if it makes sense financially, definitely for the Falcons. But yeah, you gotta make a decision because right now we know who is on the roster, and he does not have large hands. And we still we, we still have Watson on the team, so not looking good right now. Um, I'm still I'll continue to talk about this for the next 5 weeks or so, but I still want to see at least one rookie quarterback in here. This team isn't going to go, you know, maybe something crazy happens to make the playoffs. Unlikely though. They're not going to have a great season more likely than not. So why not give a young guy an opportunity? I don't really know the value of getting a veteran like a Kirk Cousins. Yes, he's that bridge guy, but I don't think he's going to have that Sam Darnold like resurgence year for a one-off for this team. But to answer your question, yeah, you got to make a decision soon, and if that's not the way they want to go, then they're going to go with the draft, and just focus on rebuilding this team whenever they get Watson's money off the books.